there, this is Tamara Campbell. Today I'm coming to you with one of our fourth interviews with one of the small business retailers that are actually have been members of Ayrshire Business Women for the past 12 months. Welcome, Bronwyn.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yep, lovely to see you again. Absolutely amazing. I'm really looking forward to this today. Just to start off, would you like to just give us a wee brief rundown on who you are and which business you're representing today?
Sure. Well, my name's Bronwyn and I represent Isle of Cumbrae Distillers. I'm one of five women who own a gin distillery on the Isle of Cumbrae in the beautiful little town of Millport. And we launched, we launched 2 years ago. No, we launched a year ago. We started the business 2 years ago and we launched right in the middle of the pandemic in September 2020.
So that's absolutely amazing. So you've been going for just over 14 months now, but obviously there was a lot of work in the background to make that happen. Would you like to kind of let us know how you came up with the idea and how you've actually managed to launch this during COVID?
Yeah, it's an interesting question about how we decided to get involved. So as you notice, my accent is not Scottish. And in fact, of the five women, I'm Canadian and one is from America and three are from the UK. And we met 2 years ago in a bar. You can say that when you're a gin distiller, but we met in a bar as strangers. We didn't know each other. And our conversation was around fundraising for our town hall. So our town hall was built in 1878, closed down in 2015 because it's derelict. And the Friends of Town Hall initiated a project to get it rebuilt, £3.2 million. And so we were sitting around one night saying, what kind of ideas could we have? We thought, there's lots of gin distilleries and whiskey distilleries and Millport doesn't have one. So, who could open one? And anyway, several gin and tonics later, we decided, yay, we'll open the gin distillery. And we did. We actually put a business plan together. We had a crowd fund, which raised £22,000, which was amazing. And the byproduct of that is we also not only raised money, but we raised a following of people, especially women like us. As you notice, I'm a little bit older. We're the oldest female distilling group, I think, in Scotland, as well as one of the only women's groups in Scotland. And that's how it all came together. So when we launched in 2020, as I said, we had a really great group of people following us, and they really pushed us, want us to be successful. And we sold out of our gin, the first 300 bottles in 24 hours, and then the next 300 bottles in 24 hours. And then when we launched our second gin, which is called Croc Rock Gin, we sold out in 48 minutes.
Oh,
pretty good.
I mean, you must never have expected that, though. I know you had,
no, you're right.
Yeah, to launch something like that in the middle of a pandemic when everyone's sitting at home, I mean, that's incredibly courageous as well.
Yeah, probably crazy, Tamara. But actually, in the end, the pandemic was probably a good thing for our business. And I know, a lot of people, have had a really difficult time in the pandemic, and we did too. That was a huge business challenge. But for us also, it gave us the time to actually spend time understanding the business, because one of the things I didn't tell you is that none of us come from the food and drinks business at all. We had absolutely no experience. We didn't know how to distill gin. We didn't know going into it that there were 7 really complex licenses that we had to get. We were told right off, don't bother doing it yourselves, just get a lawyer. But we had the time. So we just decided, I come from the education industry and I believe in lifelong learning. So we all thought, well, we can do this. We can learn it all. And we had the time because there wasn't the pressure to be in business at that point. So that actually was the best thing for us. And as you just said, people were at home and on the internet. And so this built-in audience was there, and they wanted a good news story. They were tired of the pandemic, and they could get behind us, and they've stuck with us, and are really a huge part of our success.
That's amazing. Honestly, it is a phenomenal success story. I mean, for a gin company, let alone a small group of women, and let alone Scotland. You know, you just have so many things that are going for you that have contributed to that success that you've had. You know, and you've been a member of Ayrshire Businesswomen for, I think, just on 12 months now, isn't that?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, we absolutely, it's wonderful to have you as a member, because you just are one of the most amazing examples of what women can actually achieve when you really put your mind to something. You know, and would you like to kind of expand upon, you know, what you've been experiencing through Ayrshire Businesswomen and some of the awards that you've been winning nationally lately?
Yeah, we've just been overwhelmed by the accolades that we've gotten. It's been amazing, including our incredible award of Enterprise of the Year with the Ayrshire Businesswomen. That was such a special day in September, and you know, just made our heart sing. You know, the interesting thing, Tamara, is that I think, yeah, as I said, we're one of the only women's owned distilleries in Scotland. There's just a handful. There are a lot of women involved in the industry, but actually women's owned and managed is very unique. I think it's our best weapon, and I think even being older is good, because where men can't go in the industry is to women's businesses. Or I mean, they can go to women's businesses, but they can't represent women. And so very early on, we felt that you know, it's hard enough making your own way in the gin industry as a woman, but let's move over to the women's side of it and really get involved. And that has been great for us, because you know, women are very supportive of each other. They want each other to be successful. I mean, when we were nominated as a finalist for that award, the first thing I did is go look up everybody else. And it wasn't because I was worried about not winning it. I was just so impressed that you know, there were 5 other businesses that had also opened during the pandemic. And you know, I just wanted to cheer them on. And I think I really felt that day that it was about just celebrating women together, and the positiveness of that. And I have really appreciated being part of this organization, so that you can collect those people beside you as you move forward, because, you know, now it's the hard part for us. I mean, we've had this amazing first year. You said we've got amazing awards, both in the women's industry and even in the gin industry, which makes us legitimate. But to go on, now this is the second year, so we're not as special anymore. So how do you keep going? Yeah. And you know, so keep climbing Mount Everest. And I really feel it's bringing the collective of those women's businesses in particular that will see us through, because when we get down, they will help us build us up.
Well, I can actually imagine that a very large proportion of your clients will be women anyway, because gin is just such a fashionable drink just now, isn't it?
Yes, we have in our demographics, if I, you know, search through our Facebook analytics and other things, probably 60% of our catchment are women, and they are women's our age, and they're their daughters. So what's interesting about women our age is that I think everyone feels, gosh, I wish I'd retired and opened a gin distillery. And then their daughters, who are, you know, the millennials, they come on and they say, God, I wish my mom had opened the gin distillery. So we have those particular groups that are really rooting us on. I can't tell you how important that community is for us. It really inspires us, right?
Yeah, look, I really look forward to seeing what you're going to be doing going forward into the future. I mean, obviously we've had COP26 in Glasgow, which is just down the road from me. And they're actually finishing up at the end of this week. So, you know, there's been a lot of chat recently, you know, about sustainability within small businesses. So what can you kind of add or comment on that?
Yeah, I think, I mean, you know, we talk about sustainability all the time, and when you look at it in a big context like COP26, obviously, those are big issues in terms of how countries are going to deal with it. But it has made us reflect on some of the practices I think small businesses can follow. What can we do at a local level? And well, we're on an island, and so we have to be very cognizant of the impact that we make. Think about it. We get on a ferry every day, and think about all the oil and gas that goes, you know, into the water as a result of that. So bringing things on and off the island, we have to be really thoughtful. Some of the things, I mean, when the five of us are very aware of our impact, and we want to make as small a step as possible. And some of the things we're doing actually are quite exciting. So we have this gorgeous little still. Her name is Mora, and she's a 100-liter potbelly alembic copper still. In order to seal the seams of a still, you would normally use plastic plumber's tape. And we thought, you know, we're just going to waste so much plastic, and then we have to take it off the island. So what can we do that will limit our footprint? So we actually did the research and went back to a first century solution. And that was to seal the still with a dough. So we basically put a flour and water together, which is, you know, biodegradable, and we seal the still with the dough. What we've learned from that is that you've probably heard of the angel share, and that is where you lose a lot of your distillation through evaporation. And in fact, with the dough, we actually create less of a waste of the distillation. So we only lose about 5%. So it's actually much more efficient, and we can either biodegrade it, or one of our distillers, Philippa, she has chickens. and not only will the chickens eat the dough, but they'll eat all of our botanicals afterwards. So we have very healthy gin-fed chicken.
Oh, honestly, that's fantastic. That could be a wee sideline.
Yeah, and also, you know, for us, the biggest issue I think is packaging.
Yes.
And you know, whenever we get things from Amazon or other things, we get all sorts of plastics, and that just drives us up the wall. So what we have made a commitment to is we do not buy any plastics. We only use plastics if we're using packaging that has come to us already. So if you see any packaging from us that's plastic, it's because we're reusing that. So it's never single-use packaging, plastic. Plus, what we've done is we've created a bespoke box, a cardboard box for our gin, which requires no additional packaging. So when you order our gin and you get this lovely package, it's in a very secure box. And it's perfect for wrapping and putting under the Christmas tree.
Wow, fantastic. Yeah, so we've not got long until Christmas now. We're just over six to 7 weeks, I think. So what are you kind of preparing within the shop for sale in the lead up to Christmas?
Yeah, well, if you haven't had our gins before, we have 3 gorgeous gins. Let me just show you a couple of bottles. So this is Nostalgin. This is our signature gin. It's lovely. It has lavender, bramble, and orange. It's a very light, refreshing gin. It's not florally, because basically when you distill a spirit, you're only getting the essence. You're not getting like full flavors of things, but it's a lovely gin, and I highly recommend it. In fact, if you can, oh no, I don't have the gold award on it. We've won a gold international award for Nostalgin. We won in the Gin Masters Award. We also won a bronze in the International Wine and Spirits competition. We were the only Scottish finalist for the Gin Guide Awards, which is also an international award. Wow. And the one that we're really so thrilled is we were also a finalist for the Scottish Gin Awards. And so it was voted as one of the top 18 in Scotland. So
wow.
It's
well absolutely incredible. Well done. Congratulations. Honestly, congratulations all around. It's a fantastic story. I mean, you're fantastic people, and you're always a joy to speak to. And you know, I mean, I really look forward to sharing this video far and wide for you, and watching your progress over the year to come.
Great. Well, come and join our website and come and join our tour. We have this incredible tour that we built over the last year. It's about the women in the history of gin. So we pull out some interesting characters, and also about the fascinating history of Millport and its smuggling past. So do come and join us. Millport Cumbrae is Scotland's most accessible island. It's only an 8-minute ferry ride, so you have no excuse. You can take public transportation. You do not require a car. Limit your footprint, but come and join us, and we'll look forward to meeting you.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Thanks so much, Tamara.
Thank you so much for your time.
Okay.
Take care. Okay.